So let's see if we can get a little bit more action on PEGY. I came in a little bit late to this ticker. I sat down a little bit late today, but that's fine. Here's that pullback we were waiting for. Let's see if we can get a little bit more size here. Didn't get my last 300 shares. Five-minute setup. MACD's slightly converging here, so it's not as bullish as before. Volume's fading though. It's a classic setup, classic bull flag. We got so much momentum in the markets yesterday. I wouldn't be surprised if, this one just pushed a little bit more. Boom. There was that move we were looking for. Quick profits there. It's pretty much a full trading day. Yesterday was so slow. I didn't use big size yet because I didn't have a cushion. Now I have a cushion. Last exit was at 208. Wasn't an amazing trade, but it gave me a cushion. And that was the important part. So we closed our coin swing trade yesterday, but I can talk about that a little bit more in a bit. No rush. We got plenty of time. Another 3 hours ahead of us at least. So what I'm nervous about on PEGY right now, or at least something that I'm trying to acknowledge, is the fact that biggest volume here was red on this failed breakout. But we did have a really smooth 30+% run right here, so you can't deny that. We are on the daily seeing huge resistance around $2. Maybe we're going to get find good support here and continue this trend higher. Right now, I do like what we're seeing. Next spot to really watch is probably 3 and then 350. Five-minute setup here. I was hoping it'd pull back a little bit more. Watching 202, 203. I would probably be borderline looking to take profits soon if I was long on that one. Little base hit if we could have made it. 205. There we go. Pulling back a little bit more now. I want to see better 5-minute setup. Ah. Bandit says, I don't know why, but I'm always too nervous to trade a stock that doesn't have a news catalyst. Honestly, Bandit, that's half the reason I don't look at news. Got that pullback at 196. It did dip a little bit lower. I was just even thinking about being maybe a hair more conservative. We have a lot of convergence going right here on the MACD. That's a bit of a warning sign. I'm going to scratch out of this trade. Maybe I'll rebuy it, but I'm not sure. I would have held longer if I had a better entry. We went long at 196. Strong convergence here on the MACD. You want to see this, the green and the red typically going further apart. I have a whole video on MACD and TOS if you want to check that out. Possible entry again at 90, or this time at 195. Smaller size for an entry. Maybe we'll size down a little bit here. Stopping out. Gave back there. So I was right about it being a little bit more risky here. I basically did the same trade again. One thing I do usually try to avoid is doing the same trade twice, and I guess this was a good reminder of why I try to avoid doing the same trade twice. So I gave back a little bit there on the end. But also another thing I try to highlight is I want to have my last trade typically be a red trade. Otherwise, I'm leaving too much money on the table all the time. So that's really important. Unfortunately, I stopped out at 90. Could have got a better exit, but you just don't know. I'm going to keep watching it just a little bit longer here because it has really good 5-minute support on this one. Little move off of VWAP. Wow. I was not expecting that. What a letdown. Well, I gave back my profits. Wow. I gave back my profits on Pegi real quick. Made 360 and then gave it right back again. My fault. I usually don't trade below the 9 EMA on the 1 minute. I did this time mainly because it was looking like it was slowing down here. Sell volume was nicely going down. So my mistake there. I was a little bit too lenient on my rules, and that was an instant reminder of why I have a very specific trading strategy. So I kind of colored outside the lines today, or so far. All right, I'm gonna enjoy my lunch. I'll be back when I see something. Although, hold on one sec. No, okay. Well, VEV kind of moving here. Let's watch it for a sec. $75,000 shares being traded on VEVE is a little bit too light. I'm not gonna lie. It's okay, pull back here. Let's see if we can do a starter on it. Oh, I got pepper in my throat. Wow, instant rejection. This is why you want to do smaller size on a ticker that you haven't traded yet, just to kind of get a feel for how it works. All right, well, I think we've proven that here now I'm down 48 on the day. I kind of just gave back unnecessary amounts, kind of getting a little bit too aggressive on tickers that weren't amazing setups. I think really my biggest mistake was on PEGY 179. I stopped out of this one, so luckily it wasn't near the perfect lows, but slightly red, and now I'm just gonna eat my lunch, which I should have done after being up almost 400. One thing I like to do in these slower pre-market sessions is just read the news a little bit. So I guess we can do that together. Let's see. Crazy what kind of rally we had yesterday. I can't wait to potentially start buying some bigger pullbacks today, if we get any on the SPY or large caps in general. So that's what I'm going to be waiting for. But if that's actually what we're going to be seeing, I don't really know. Dow back over 30,000, S&P trying for that 4K again, and the Nasdaq just chilling below 12,000 still. That was such a big sell-off. Twitter up 22% after Elon basically said, let's go. Looks like there's going to be more catalyst here as well, or news on that. Biggest 2-day gain since the pandemic began. That's actually crazy because the bounce back after the pandemic was pretty insane. Elon is reversing his decision to buy Twitter. I'm still watching the scanners. I'm watching my screen up top, which has 6 tickers that I'm watching. Well, it has the SPY as well, and coin, which is just a swing trade, but I like to keep an eye on things. So that's what I'm doing while I read the news, just kind of get a good overview. SHPH kind of crawling in here. I'm not a big fan of the price action, the fact that it's lower than 50,000 shares being traded. So for me, it's still a no-go. 2024 USB-C Apple's required to use. That's actually convenient. NBA programs to report steep drop in applications. Yeah, NBA seems so worthless, to be honest. That's some serious family drama right there. We'll be back in a bit. So while we're waiting for a gapper, I just want to quickly review what I did on coin yesterday. Was able to walk away with, I don't remember exactly, about $2.3 thousand in profit. Basically, after streaming a little bit later, we had this pullback here, and I like the VWAP support. I waited for a breakout roughly at here 72, 60s, high 60s. Had one pullback, and I sold on that new breakout there, and then that was it. It only had one more high until much later in the day. Then it actually made an all-time new high. Well, not all-time new high, but for what it feels like in the last few weeks. I did want to actually buy here, but I was away. I should have made a limit order ahead of time. This would have been really good. And the reason I wanted to buy there is if you look at the 5-minute or the 15-minute chart, you can see this really, really nice support zone right here. And this support zone was right along this trend line. That's why I wanted to buy here. Again, I was offline. And usually when I'm swing trading, I always make limit orders, ideal entry, ideal exit limit orders, because it's a little bit more of a slow process. Either way, I got a limit order back here. See if we can get a buy. If we sell off, I like this general support zone. It'll be a little bit of a double bottom. Maybe we're going to pull lower, but I still feel like we're in a general multi-day uptrend now after yesterday's big move, big volume, big everything. So that's why I'm going to be a little bit more bullish than usual on a re-entry. Usually I wouldn't be this bullish. SPY, big, insanely big green day yesterday. So we'll see how well it holds up here. Just keep in mind, every time we had a big green day, we had one of these, gap down days. Not always a gap down day, but they would end pretty brutal. So we're still in a, bear market, ranging market at best. But I would argue it's still a downtrending bear market. So you got to be careful and got to be ready to cut losses. Good news is tickers like coin are just extremely suppressed. I mean, we're talking down 80, 90+%. Tickers like LMND, all the same. I mean, any high flyer stock, 91%, just got absolutely destroyed. Look at Space. Oh my God. That is ridiculous. 92, 90+%. Oatly, Clove. And you get the point. Honestly, I haven't been checking in on Space in a very long time, but if you've ever wanted to own Space, this is without a question a good time to do so. Pegy moving. All right. Volume's back on this one. It's kind of what we were waiting for. New high there on Pegy. Buyers on 209. Volume's good. MACD's good. Pull back on Pegy. Start seeing if we could get into this one a little bit more. Small size. I like the volume on it though. Quick profit there. I just didn't have the right size. Could be an ABC here. Shooting star. Reversal candle. MACD's still very strong. 5 minutes pretty okay. It's freezing in here. Oh, where's my sweater? Chandler in the Discord saying he made 40 cents a share on Pegy. That's crazy. It's absolutely insane. Could be an ABC on the 1 minute. Pullbacks on Pegy have been kind of crap, so I'm not crazy about holding it too long. Oh god, stupid error messages. It's the worst part about trading with TOS. As Ross says, easy come, easy go when it comes to day trading. Was up 390, was down 18, back at 200. Question is Pegy gonna keep ripping here? Question is, am I gonna get frostbite before my next trade? Ugh, hold up. This might be a good entry. Quick pullback. Divergence though, or convergence on MACD, so the green is approaching red. Not necessarily the best situation. 5 minute definitely has a lot of room for pulling back. $210 getting chipped. Quick move to 208. Getting some size filled here at 208. I did move down my limit order. I guess I did move it down enough. Man, Pegy does not hold support at all. Very frustrating. Actually ended up bouncing a little bit here. Gave back again on it. Twice I gave back all my profits on this ticker. I guess I should know a little bit better by now, but that's just how it goes. Stopping out. 120 loss on it. Oh, I can't put this sweater on somehow. I think I'm retarded. I wouldn't be surprised if Pegy... What am I doing wrong? I wouldn't be surprised if PEGY still keeps moving here. 5 minute is a really good setup. I literally can't put this jacket on. Alright. Rule, don't try to put on a jacket when you're trading. It's impossible. Keeping an eye on PEGY. I'm just going to keep eating my lunch until then. 8:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Peggy's trying again for the 10,000th time. I mean, as you guys see, I'm not sure if you guys are just tuning in, but I was up 360, down 18, back to 200, and now I'm up 80. So I'm having a hard time keeping my profits with Pegy. Just because it doesn't hold its moves. And you would think by now I would be a bit more used to that, but somehow I'm not. Five minute on PEGY is just not something that I'm a super big fan of at the moment. I feel like maybe it's going to be a 5-minute ABC pattern. If you don't know what an ABC pattern is, it's often called an ABCD. Basically, the D is the breakout. So let's just go to some images quickly. These are all over the place. I don't know if I have a video on the ABC pattern. I might. Let's see if they have anything for ABC pattern. I thought I was going to find really quickly a very, very clean picture, but I'm not. It's a little bit like this one, but I usually call the first pullback an A, B, C, and then the breakout. In a way, I guess the letters are very subjective. The way I learned it on the Stock Chart Bible, I think is the book, is basically A is the trough right here, and then you have the breakout level, which is clean. But basically there's a retest here, so A, B would be right here, and then it pulls back. Usually C is a higher low, so it's basically an ascending triangle, you can say. So here's the flat top breakout potential. This one's clearly not a flat top, but just kind of picture that. You're having a pullback, you want to size in here around C, or if you want to wait for confirmation, you can go for D. Usually in a hot market around D, let me click on this, is when you'd want to be adding into your winner, buying into the resistance and looking for the breakout. In a weak market, I often actually take my profits here just because we have so many failed breakouts. So that's a little bit of a style how I go about those. So here is, let's say, A, B, C, and then the breakout. So again, a little bit of a failed breakout here, but this chart's not super clean in that regard because it did actually break higher, it didn't just pull back here. There's a lot of activity going in the Discord. Let's see here. Oh, nice. So Colby from Disciplined Day Trader. Called TOS to get his option fees reduced. And it looks like it worked, but it's going to take a few business days. All right, so PEGY, back at it again. Remember, the zone we're looking for is $3. Next spot of resistance is going to be 2.5, just a psychological zone. I actually want to trade this one more aggressively on initial front side breakouts right now, because I found the pullbacks to be really, really shitty on this one. So let's see how this one holds here. 223. This is pretty new 5-minute breakout. 222. 223 back, held. 221. Buyers coming right back. Gotta be careful with this ticker because it has very strong pullbacks. But at the same time, right now we're on a new front side, new 5-minute breakout. I don't want to see a 5-minute setup at all. I just want to ride the front side. Can't keep profits on this one at the moment. I try to stop out there, and I'd be rebuying right now, but it pulled back even harder than I expected it would. Stopped out at 215, 216. Back, bounce back. Man, yeah, up 360, then went red. Then back to 2 something, then back to 80, now down 100 again. Very frustrating ticker. Very frustrating ticker for me personally. I'm watching 218 to see how well it holds. Try to jump in it. Nice. So coin is pulling back right now at 72. I'm looking for a move below 72, and then I'll probably get back on my coin swing trade. PGY still hugging. The 9 EMA. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Let's see how good PEGY holds here. It's definitely a little bit of a grinder. I'm not a big fan of grinders, so I just gotta kind of trade accordingly. Knowing that sometimes these tickers psych me out a little bit just because the way they move very slowly. And I often trip over myself. So just kind of knowing that and also acting upon it is really important. Good recovery there. I liked how 18 was getting chipped away there. I like how it actually ended up holding here. Unfortunately, this one didn't work out again. Keep taking scratches on this one, unfortunately. Very frustrating. Slow movers chip you away. That's what's happening to me. Just constantly getting scratches on this one now. I think it has that chance just to keep ripping, but the pullbacks are always fail on this one. It seems like this is really where I made the bulk of my profits. This pullback failed. This pullback was really unnecessarily aggressive. Lost on it. This one lost. This one lost. So the only time I got it was when there was a little bit of continuation. That's really when I make back my profits quick. The front sides are nice because the rate of change is fairly okay and the volume starts piling up really fast. So getting these front sides have been okay, but I've been giving back my profits on it too much, and I'm trying to analyze where most of my mistakes are coming from, and I guess it's when the OG front side, see, maybe you get a 1 minute pullback, but that's about it, and then it keeps going. Once these more extended pullbacks happen, where it's more looking like a 5 minute setup, those tend to fail on Pegy pretty hard, and that's where I'm making my mistakes on this one. That's where I'm giving back my profits. So I'll have to keep that in mind. Either I trade the OG moves, 1 minute pullback, but no more than that. Once it starts getting into the 2 candle kind of territory, 2 red candles in a row, XYZ, just like here, 2 red candles in a row, 2 red candles in a row, 2 red candles in a row. That's really where this one dumps on you. see if there's an extra little pop here on Pegy. I'm just right back at it. We went right back over the 9 EMA. It's not a new 5-minute breakout, so I'm trying to be very cautious about that. Otherwise, I'm just going to cut this one right away. I mean, should keep going here. It's kind of ridiculous that it's not. There we go. Small little profit, 20, 30 bucks or so. I don't know. It's taking too long. 2 cents a share, 20 bucks. Mason calling out TBLT. This one looks really hectic right now. KITT. Good volume. Everyone's going to be looking around 7.5. $5 is a key zone. So let's break 5. Let's get to 5 first. Volume's pretty okay, especially in this market. 9 EMA on the 1 minute's not above VWAP yet, which is a little bit unideal. Unfortunately, I blew the buffer I had with PEGY. So I got to be extra careful again. Smaller size. Until I get a buffer again. Possible break of 4.7. Looks quite strong, actually. I think I would have taken that trade if I didn't have if I wasn't slightly red on the day. KITT holding. I think there's some catalyst coming out now. It says additional contract award, U.S. Defense. Great catalyst. A small company. Yeah, one of my favorite catalysts for sure. The problem is it looked like it's setting up a bigger 5-minute setup, and so far those have been really bad today, especially with PEGY. So that's why I'm being a little bit unaggressive right now. Plus, I haven't traded it yet. I want to ease into these tickers. I'm not gonna lie, PEGY again looks like it could be a really good 5-minute setup, but it's below the 9 EMA on the 1 minute, and usually I tend to avoid those situations. Nice break here, higher on KITT. Oh, didn't get my fill. Closing this one. This is the fill. I was about a hair too late. This could keep running here. Breaking out here, 82, really nice move. Nice. Got the entry. Let's see that break over 5. Looking for the break over 5 now. Holding nicely. I would have sized in again there if I had a buffer. No, second attempt there. You could feel the buyers. A little weak there, that last one. I usually don't hold for that many attempts to break higher. I'm pretty sure it could move. Got entry at 98. Not doing my best trading right now, but that's fine. Still really, really early. Unfortunately, I'm using smaller size right now. I would have loved to size into that one a little bit more. I got to get back green on the day though. Nice volume here though. Look at that, 200 shares. Really, really good. Very aggressive move so far. Let's see how well a $5 holds. I'm not sure if we're gonna really break below $5 at this point. Maybe we will slightly. That's what I'm looking for. Slight break here of $5. Possible size at 80. Nice. 98, sorry, not 80. That's what I wanted to say. Again, using very small size because I need to get a buffer first. Looking for that break over 510 and then move into the 550s. Gonna be a little scalpy here. Looking for the break of 510 and then into move to the 550s. A little bit bigger size now. 514, not bad. Still not nearly what I would have liked to see though. Having a little bit of problem here, having that continuation, unfortunately. Yeah, that was a little depressing. We just weren't able to get that breakout like we were hoping for. Entry at 85. Small size again. Convergence going on the MACD. Doesn't mean it's over, it just means a little bit cautious maybe. I personally am a little extra cautious just because the 5 minutes have been really bad so far today. Usually I would not be selling right now. Small wins right now, very small wins. Sold at 89.92. Buying back here. Looking for the break at 510. Looking for a move to 550. Still very weak at this point. Looking for ideally a fairly quick move here. Break over 92. Usually I'd be very interested in sizing into this one, but without a buffer I can't really do that. So I'm trading very small size right now. Pegy had that good 5-minute pullback that we were looking for. Looking for a move over 510. This should move fairly quickly here. $97 got chipped. Possible move over 5 and then move over 510. Cut. Man, it's a struggle here. Yeah, Corey, I'm just watching the ladder. I just saw your message. Oh, I hated how this ticker was struggling so much. It might break any second, you know. It like you never know. It could have that quick move. But it was a real struggle fest, and that was not very nice. Yeah, Mason says I was late on KITT. I think he's talking to BM. I'm not sure, but I agree. I was definitely late on KITT. I basically started trading it after this kind of little pressure point right here. It was at 840, so this was the start of a new 5-minute candle. Heiko in the chat. Heiko's the one who told me I should make it turn on the chat for YouTube. So if you like it, yeah, you have Heiko to thank. I'm only going to be checking it every now and then. I'm mostly focused on the Discord. So just in case you guys are wondering where I'm responding to, it's primarily always in the Discord. Just because I can't be watching 2 chats at once while trading. 1 chat is enough. I'm still waiting for coin to sell off a little bit more and the SPY to sell off a little bit more, have a healthy retrace. But I do think we're going to see a little bit more continuation potentially in the next few days. But it's hard to say. We're still in a bear market, and when things reverse, they reverse like that. So I don't want to be overly aggressive either. KITT a little bit risky in this zone. Could have that quick pop over 5-10 and then go from there. I would not be surprised if we just saw this one big green candle. I'm not sure if it would be tradable. I don't know if there would be continuation, but sometimes you do see this consolidation, a quick pop up, and then sometimes it flushes right back down again. I just don't know if that's going to be tradable. King Xing ATX or SNTI. I was looking at ATXI on my second screen right here. It just doesn't look so good. Obviously finger also consolidating down. With SNTI, you know, this was such a stressful ticker for me to trade yesterday. I'm not really interested in trading it. I mean, technically there's some setups here, but this ticker was kind of driving me insane yesterday. It was so choppy. Then again, I was pretty much trading it all in this area where there wasn't really good action. And right here, like a little bit later, there was okay action. I didn't trade it power hour, but it looks somewhat okay during power hour as well. At least there was a healthy trend above the 9 EMA. Like that's really what we were not getting at all at the market open. Look at this perfect setup right here. This is basically what I traded like 100 times on Pegy. No, maybe like 3 or 4 times on Pegy. All of them failed right here. This is basically the move I was going for. So it's basically been a non-existent move sometimes pre-market. And that's been really stressful. Here it was a quick pullback, kind of a deep pullback for a 5-minute. So KITT trying again here at 505. I'm looking for that perfect emoji right now. I just can't find it. KITT is a tough one in this zone. Because on the 5 minute, it's not super amazing of a break. It's kind of this kind of stally breakout. I think some of my PTSD with Pegy is keeping me a little bit at bay trading it here, but it's above this really critical spot, and that's exciting. So I'm going to be watching this one for a move to 7.5. That's really what I'm waiting for here. It's turned into such a nice day outside. VLCN being called out. Two five. Big resistance for now. It's got to break this really key area here at 2.5. VLCN doesn't have volume at the moment. Doesn't mean it's not going to get it any second. KITT, this is what I was talking about here. This is where I give back a lot of profits always, right here in this grinding zone. I'm going to do that again. Here we go. Nice work holding so long, Chandler. KITT over 550. This looks pretty good now. 908. We got a little bit of time before market opens. Volume still increasing. MACD not great, but $62 current support low. First size here. Looking for that break over 7.7. Cut. Impossible break though. Boom, nice. Got it. I just didn't trade it right. That's fine. Good to see that break. Especially after this pre-market and yesterday's pre-market. Yesterday was rough. Tom's great comment. Let's get to the market open so I can get aggressive. So good. For 100,000 shares being traded per minute, that's really good, actually, KITT. We don't really see that often pre-market, so that's really, really good to see that kind of volume. Open of that candle was at 66, so it seems like in the 60s, mid-60s, there's definitely a little bit of support. 550 was the key zone that we were talking about. You can see the amount of volume here around 570. It's a key zone. It's kind of struggling here though. I'm not sure if we're going to get an instant break of 6. We might. Anything's possible. Very strong ticker still. Possible move to 6. Watching. First 30 seconds held support. Tiny size. Very small size. Let's get a feel for it. Looking for the break of 6 here. Stopping out. I didn't get filled. There we go. Stopped out. Was looking for the move to 6. I want to see really quick resolution there that we didn't get. Since it wasn't an A+ setup for me, I used small size. All my trades right now are pretty small size because I don't really have a buffer because I gave back profits on Pegy. Second red candle possibly coming up here. Down to 78. Recovers really fast every time. Every time it gets to where it's like 77, it just bounces right back up. New buyers just came in, but it bounced right back to 77. Possible chip of 77, possible break below. 913, so we still got time. Small size here at 71. 71 to recovery. Bigger pullback than I was hoping for, but overall still fine. And I'm not sure if this is going to hold. Watching here. Cutting some losses there. Let's see if we get a pump back above. Cutting a little bit more position there. Didn't get the pump that I was looking for. So taking a bit of a loser here. That's fine. Thought it was worth it. It might still rally. We'll see. So far, just small size, nothing major. What I want to be doing is doing about 2,000 shares. Ideally 3,000 shares and maybe 4,000. So all these are majorly small position sizes, and the reason for that is because I don't have a buffer on the day. I'm not gonna lie, I love I love Tom's positive affirmations in the Discord. That's so good. It's exactly what we need. Abundance is here for everyone in this chat. Billions of dollars about to pass through your computer. Well, I'm definitely watching it on some of these tickers, especially on the SPY. Let's hope we're using the right bait today. We got another 2 minutes before the market opens. I'm going to start scanning for dollar volume. I'm going to have time of force day, just 1,000 shares to get started here. Ideally, I want to be sizing up to 4,000 shares on a $5 ticker, but I need cushion to do that, and I also need the right kind of action to do that, so nothing's guaranteed. I think I'm slightly red on the day right now. If I can just not give back as many profits as I have to pre-market, things will be looking quite okay. Another minute and a half here. I might be re-entering coin as well, in case you guys are wondering what's going on with that. I'm pretty much looking at KITT. I'm also looking at PEGY. I'm just, I've been really back and forth with PEGY. I don't know why my trades aren't showing up. I made all my money here. I gave it back here. I made it again here. Gave it back here and here. So it's a little bit like this tug of war with Pegy. So I just don't know how I want to go about trading it. Obviously, trade the best, leave the rest. So I'm just going to keep an eye on KITT for now. At least it's still above VWAP, so that's a really good sign. Pegy has a really good 5-minute setup. Good luck, everyone. KITT, nice move there. We'll start with half size. Half of half, pretty much. It's holding so far. I'm not super loving the action. It's a little bit stally. Pegy also tried to break higher and then stalled right out again, so that's not too good. KITT, volume's okay. Technically, we're not getting a really good 5-minute breakout. We do have a 5-minute breakout from this candle, but we're still kind of stuck in this overall range here, which makes me a little bit cautious for sure. SPY starting to trend higher. So I'm looking for a possible entry now on KITT. Now we have a good little 5-minute breakout, very confirmed. Micro pullback there at 65. I want to see how well it holds. Big sell volume. It's kind of what I was expecting. Maybe not the cleanest. Yeah. Dang. Dang, that's not what we wanted. Let's go to coin just really fast, see what this one's doing. I have a limit order I placed on this one. I had a limit order a little bit lower, popped right back up, so I really like the power we're seeing on this kind of ticker. So I'd be happy to jump back on this one somewhere in this area. Not sure where we'll get filled. I'll just kind of low-key keep chasing this one until we get an entry. Watching small caps, but nothing that I really like yet. All right, I'm filled on coin. Just a swing trade that I closed yesterday and that today I am re-entering because I really like the overall support we are seeing on this one. KITT unfortunately had that failed breakout. Pegy also had a failed breakout. VV, we haven't really been watching as much anymore. INDO, this one's worth watching for now. Huza was also being called out, somewhat interesting. INDO is halted. Share's all right for the fact that it's got a higher priced stock. This is actually a huge breakout that we had here because we had so much resistance right around $9. Next spot to watch, clearly 10. Psychologically, that's just a very significant zone as well. INDO is going to open up at 35.34, so pretty much in 20 seconds, less than 20 seconds here. PEGY, guys, it just opened up, or not opened up, it just ripped really strong. We might see something similar on KITT, definitely both worth watching. Remember, Pegy has been really bad at having pullbacks, so you want to join that initial front side. Let's see if we can do that here with Pegy. Popped in at 32, 33. Quickly pulling higher. Let's see if we can get a little bit more continuation. I'm looking for a move over 2.4. Good volume there, 1 million shares. Really nice volume. This ticker could absolutely run till about 270 or so. Taking some profits off the table just because this ticker has not been so kind to me and I haven't traded it very well. Again, watch out with the pullbacks on Pegy. They have just been ferocious. SPY is still crawling up much stronger. shooting star on Pegy. Just in case it has a quick wick of a pullback. I'm going to put a limit order around 25. I don't think it's going to get filled. I just know that this one has a few of those kind of moves every now and then. So I'm going to set that up. Check out Pegy on the 5-minute, just super, super strong. TOPS was actually making some moves pre-market, but then it was kind of stuck below VWAP for some time. Could be good. This is where I always lose money on Pegy, right here in this exact setup, where the pullbacks are just insanely aggressive. Right here, I gave back. Here in this area, here in this area. Sometimes tickers trade a little bit different though after the market open. I'm just trying to keep that in mind. KITT back in action. Be careful, last time this ticker was in this area, it flushed pretty heavy. There was that micro pullback potential. Pegy having a bigger pullback here. See how strong the pullbacks are on this one? Can't believe KITT got halted there. I'm going to cut my coin swing here. I wanted to see quick continuation. We'll re-enter if we see a move below here and finding support, or actually if we keep moving higher, I would be happy to re-enter. At the moment, it's a no-go for me. The reason I have one share open on coin is because I want to track it all into a swing trade, and that's how I can kind of get over it by basically having the trade still open. Tom says Pegy is trash, and I totally agree. Pegy really is trash. It recovered from the pullback, Not bad. I'm watching this one here, 27, 47, 46. Only want to buy this one while it's on the front side, moving up. Small size, very small size. Looking for a move over 50. Unfortunately, we're not able to get that move in one clean move. Stopped out, break even. Here's a possible move of 50. 300, again, kind of struggling here. Possible entry at 44. Looking for that move over 50. Yeah, we're just not really seeing it. Two scratch trades on PEGY. I want to see quick resolution on this one. I'm not holding it for no reason. It actually ended up holding pretty okay. I just don't really have the chill to keep trading this one. Coin doing exactly what I was hoping for, breaking lower. Would be happy to re-enter this one for my swing trade. Keeping a close eye on it. Let's go back to KITT, which is just about to open up here at 45 and 20 seconds. Got another minute. Usually I don't look at coin this much. There's weeks that go by where I don't look at it actively when I'm trading, but right now it's a little bit of a macro just environment. So I have been a little bit more attentive to some of these setups here where I just feel like you can get really good risk reward, fairly quick setups. So a little bit of a head and shoulders pattern, which is somewhat uncomfortable. So I'm just going to keep an eye on this one for now. See how it trends here in this area. Steep pullback so far. All right, here we go. KITT open. Gaps higher. That's good. Watch out because it is a flushy ticker. Has a history of giving back. I tend to be a little bit more cautious when it comes to these kind of moves. I would love to size up into KITT, but I'm not sure if I'm going to find a good reason to. Everyone in the Discord's like traumatized with Pegy. It's hilarious. Small entry there on KITT. Last time we had a 15% pullback, so that's a really big pullback. Wow, look at that. Wow, I got stuck in the halt. Crazy. I was cautious enough to wait, but not cautious enough. So, dang, yesterday I got stuck in a bigger sell-off. Today I got stuck in a bigger sell-off. Kind of crazy. It is what it is. But that's, again, why I'm using smaller size right now, because I just don't seem to be in a flow today. Usually I'd be looking to be around 4,000 shares on a stock like KITT. So the fact that I'm only stuck, well, I'm only in a halt with 500 shares isn't really too bad. Obviously it's a loss. That sucks, but it is what it is. Pretty brutal day so far, huh? Yesterday was a really brutal day too. Not so much in like insanely sketchy moves like we're seeing today, but in terms of just like low consistency and just a lot of chop. So you can get like 1,000, what's it called? Scratches, death by a million cuts. Today it seems a bit more like death by flush. Boom. So very tough trading conditions out here today, which is a little bit exhausting. We got at least a 5-minute halt here on KITT, so I'm gonna come back in probably at like 51. So be right back. In the saddle. Let's get back in the saddle here. I'm watching KITT at the open. Where are we at? We're at 97. So I'm gonna put a no wait, that was my entry. Where's this? Here, 53. I'm gonna put a stop here. Ideally, I'm not sure if it's gonna get filled, probably not, but we'll see how it opens. All right, we're gonna open up here in pretty much 8 seconds. Let's keep watching this. See how this performs at the open. Pegy moving up higher. SPY a little choppy. Halted down. We're gonna open down. Stop at 12. Let's see if this one can crawl up a little bit. I would love if we can get a little bit better of an exit. Stopped out. That puts me at 460 down on the day today. So not very good. Not very good. I might have a second max loss back to back. Oh man. It's really easy to hit my max loss right now because I made it so little. So that's why I can't size up until I get a buffer. The problem is with a $500 max loss, you hit it very quickly if something like this happens. Pretty much you only need one small accident. Well, this was a bigger accident for sure. This is pretty rare that something like this happens. But still, I can't size up. That's why I have to do very small share size. So this was like a 10% loss, maybe even more, maybe like a 15% loss, which might be like my biggest percent loser of the year. I'm not even kidding. Actually, I'm kind of curious. That's absolutely crazy. So with KITT, that was pretty wicked. Let's just go to my stats for this portfolio. Let's go back to, oh, this is going to reload here in a second. Let's go back to January. I think this was my biggest percent loser just now. I could be wrong. No, I've had a 20% loser this year as well. But yeah, I got stuck in a flush as well on CISO. But it's very rare that I have a loser this big, and unfortunately I got stopped out here at 12. Not the best. I could have reduced that loss a little bit for sure. So maybe like a $400 or $500 loss just now. I can't believe how bad it's been. What's up, Go Explorer? I was just checking the YouTube chat. I'm mostly in the Discord. That's where I'm responding to, but good to see you guys in here. Some old faces. Chandler says, I'm done for the day, up $6. Yo, that's fire, especially with, I know your position size. You're pretty much doing a few shares. So that's pretty amazing. TOPS is moving. I'm not going to lie. I was not super excited about TOPS. Take care, Corey, man. Nice work being break even because I think it's a really tough day. I'm actually not sizing into coin either right now just because of the head and shoulders we're seeing on this one. So I want to see a little bit more bullish action maybe first. If we go to the 15 minute, you can see it pretty nice. Well, not nicely. Shoulder, head, and another shoulder. It's a bit of a dangerous situation. So we'll see if we either break lower or what's going to happen. Maybe if we start trending higher again, I'll get on this one. But to be honest, I thought we were going to really, really rip strong here. After we held, I bought the pullback, looked for the continuation. There wasn't any. So far, coin has not been able to, work out for me. So that's fine. Just overall not a good trading day. question is, what do we do now? Do we just call it? Maybe. There's tons of other things to do today. Like, for example, I need to go to the bike store. After my fiasco yesterday, I had to basically break my bike chain because for some reason, I couldn't open it anymore. The lock changed numbers. And I was in the park for like 30 minutes with a hammer breaking over my bike chain. So I got to go buy a new one and then got to get some cleaning supplies for other reasons. All right, guys. It looks like a lot of people in the Discord are taking care. So for everyone in the Discord that's rolling out, cheers. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I don't really see any good setups, and maybe I'll do some more trading later on if something pops up. I was really a bit hopeful here that we might see something. I'm not crazy about tops. That one's been all over the place. We've traded it so much. So today was a rocket of a P&L for me. I'll show you guys my P&L, my running P&L in a second once I finish uploading it. But it was pretty hectic, to say the least. Let me take a quick break here. I'll be back in a few minutes. Trying to get a feel for Pegy. I do feel like we do have that upside till about 350. Watching here, mindful of the pullbacks it has. Coin still selling off. There's definitely some decent volume on this one. Anything over 1 million shares per minute is pretty good. Usually what we want to be looking for. I definitely can't get myself to buy it this high. So I'd have to potentially maybe even break here a little bit more. I think it's going to hold this flag though, and then it's probably going to have a failed breakout. That's kind of what I'm thinking here. So unfortunately, I don't know if I can trade this one based on... I don't know if I could trade this one in a way that I can manage my risk properly. I think that's the problem. Unless we get that slightly bigger pullback. New 5-minute candle is about to pop up. I'm just kind of interested to keep watching this one at this point. I don't even really want to trade it. I just almost want to watch it. So I guess let's just watch it a little bit. I'm going to be documenting my trades here on the side. Again, my kind of thesis was it's going to hold here and then have that failed breakout. So let's see what happens. It would have been a little bit tricky to trade that kind of setup, because it would have been really hard to manage your risk, and overall the potential reward would have been fairly light on it. Yep, that, boom, that's exactly what I was called. So held its highs. So actually, you know, you could have maybe squeezed out 3% here, but you would have been risking these quick 5% plus pullbacks that we've been seeing on Pegy, and that's why I just could not get myself to do that. Looks like Coin is also selling off here. So Coin had that head and shoulders pattern that we were talking about, and that's why I didn't rebuy, and now it's still selling off. So that was a big reason I didn't rebuy Coin, and I might look for a re-entry closer to some bigger support zones. I would actually really like to trade this one again, but right now we just had a significant break. So something closer to this 68 zone, maybe even 68.9, so high 68, somewhere in this range. I'll go ahead and put an alert here, and if something pops up, obviously be sure to share it in the Discord in the swing trading section. For now, I don't really see myself trading at this point. There's another Pegy setup. But I'll pause it for a sec. I'll finish documenting my trades. I'll come back. I'll show you guys my recap, and then maybe a trade will pop up in the meantime. Let's see what happens. All right, so I was kind of hopeful that maybe I would actually end up trading Pegy again. I know if I traded it now, I'd fumble on it so hard, but it's just grinding higher and higher. A little frustrating. I'm gonna have to call it today. I'm down 460 and 35 cents. So right here, 460, 35 cents. Let me zoom in a little bit more here on this one. So another $10 in reg fees. Yeah, a little bit of a slow day, I guess you can say. For me, 50-50 win ratio. That's really crazy win ratio, how kind of slow that is. Or like perfect in the middle. My risk reward today was also not very good, but mainly because I just had a huge loser that I think skewed this a little bit because I don't have that many trades. Yeah, overall, just not a really hot day. I gave back tons of profit today. So I made 900 and I gave back 1400. I just could not keep any profits today. It was really, really tricky. You guys saw, like, every pullback failed on me. And that's just how the cookie crumbles sometimes. Obviously, really frustrating when it happens, but that's just the case. So in terms of my chart here, it's a little bit weird right now, zooming in and all. I was green today, 369, and then I just, was trending here, break even, and then just in that one trade, I went from basically a break even day to just giving it all back. So I should have pulled the plug a little bit sooner today. Sometimes you notice, okay, it's probably not an amazing trading day, so I probably shouldn't be super aggressive. And I don't even feel like I was that aggressive. Just sometimes you get, you get stuck in a trade. And that's pretty much what happened. You can always get out of a trade. So like you cut your loss. I don't like saying you get stuck in a trade mainly because you could always just cut your losses. But when you get in a halt, that's pretty much as stuck as you can possibly get. So today I got stuck today in a halt, and that sucks. Halt going down, obviously. So that wasn't too great. In terms of calendar, no. Well, okay, we could talk about it quickly. It's nothing really too interesting because start of the month here. And not a great start to the month at all. Monday, small green day, Tuesday, max loss, and today pretty much max loss. So two max loss days back to back, which is like roughly around $500. If I'm around like 550, I try to weasel back. So yesterday I was at like 550, and then I was at 500, and then I was 550, then I was at 600, and I was like, okay, max loss, boom, done. Today, basically the same situation, max loss. So, but again, my max loss right now is very, very small. Usually it's at a $1,000, and the reason I made it 500 is because summer trading has been some of the slowest trading we've experienced in a while. Because summer 2020, summer 2021, they all weren't this slow. Even summer 2019 wasn't this slow. I wasn't trading that much summer 2019. I was like in and out. I wasn't streaming back then, but just constantly popping my head in. But it was slow. So until this summer, usually Q4, I get pretty aggressive again, but I think I'm gonna pretty much wait until I can get aggressive. Wait until the market proves that it's there, and then also that I'm there too. So I think what I'm actually gonna do, because I said I was gonna have a $2,000. Once I have a $2,000 day, I'm gonna increase my max loss back to 1,000. But I think what I'm gonna do actually, and this is a little bit of a pivot here, so I'm going to take notes of this and probably update my rule book a little bit. I just wanted to share it here first. Here we go. I'll write it at the same time, so it's in the notebook. So basically, max loss is usually 10% based on my average position size. So if my average position size is $10,000, then my max loss would be $1,000. But I'm going to say max loss is 25% of my biggest win in the last I don't know, 3 months or so. I will think about editing that last part, but basically 25% of my biggest win. So if my biggest win is $2,000, my max loss is still going to be $500. So only once I have that $4,000 trade or green day, I'm going to increase my max loss to 1,000, because this way it's a little bit nicer when you have back-to-back red days, because I'm not getting that many $2,000 green days right now. I'm just not. Like, it's frustrating, but I'm not. So this will force me to really keep my size small. I don't want to have the $1,000 loss for no reason. Like yesterday, if my max loss was $1,000, I guarantee you I probably would have kept on trading until I hit my max loss. I probably would have done the same today. Because then I'm like, oh, I can still trade. I can still get aggressive. And then boom, before you know it, you're at that max loss. Last year in October, was it October? I think it was October. Yeah, last year in October, I had 3 $2,000 max loss red days back to back to back. So that was a $6,000 red streak, which is pretty heavy for like my trading size. So if I have 3 max loss days with 500, it's only $1,500. It's just not that bad. You can make that back in one trading session. So that makes me feel pretty comfortable. Too late, go explore. I saw it. So you said stick to your $500 max loss, and I totally agree. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to stick to my $500 max loss until I have those big green days, and then I'm going to inch it up higher. I think 25% based on my max green day in the last like 3 months or so is totally fine. So I got to have a 4K day, and I think this basically just gives me a little bit more risk management is basically what this is doing, and ultimately trading just comes down to risk management. So yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, guys, if you haven't done so already, check out the Discord and check out my profile, tradejournal.com/Winkler. You can see all my trades here, all my analytics, all my lessons, all my reviews. Every morning I review for at least an hour, and I take notes, and you guys see all those notes there. So check out my profile. You do have to be part of the Fast Track program. Just click at the top right of the website if you want to learn more about the Fast Track. And let's see if we got everything. Yeah, that's all for now, guys. And thanks for everyone for dropping in, dropping a like, and saying hi. I'll see you then first thing tomorrow morning. Like always, guys, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.